What up? What up? What up? Y'all hear my shoulder pop, man? Uh, this is Rec League Podcast, man. Welcome. Episode number 74. And given that it is the only, man, like, December, I'm going to ride off on a tangent right quick. December's always complicated for me because the last episode of the year, I always want to do favorite movies of the year. So that's what we're doing. So we got one episode this year to have a Christmas topic in December. And we wanted to like this episode last year I did is Die Hard not a Christmas movie. This year we're just talking non-traditional, unconventional Christmas movies. This is like I say when we start, this is the That's Not a Christmas Movie episode. Because they're Christmas movies, man. If you get enjoyment out of them and there's something Christmas related, it's a Christmas movie. So yeah, it's me, Eric, Melissa, Nick, the usuals. And it's just Die Hard, Lethal Weapon, Gremlins, Batman Returns, Harold and Kumar Christmas, Bad Moms Christmas, Bad Santa, Better Watch Out, Krampus. It's the Christmas movies that aren't family and love and positivity, the family energy, the familial togetherness of Christmas. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, like it's fun because there's so many. And I know we most likely forgot some. So, yeah, man, enjoy the listen. It's a fun conversation. I may not be as involved or even attentive as normal. Because, we take the hour break. And I told, I'm fighting a massive headache. Fucking migraine. So, pardon my candor, demeanor, whatever it is, in the main segment of this episode, because like I told them in between recording, like, this is my flu game. I don't feel good today and I toughed it out. Cuz I'm stubborn and the headache doesn't really kick in until we're recording. Like, I had it before we started and it got worse while recording. So I press on, I toughed it out, and yeah, man. Before I get on to that segment, theatrically over the past 2 weeks, the weekend after the last podcast, the Ridley Scott episode, nothing came out. Like, that first weekend in December is always dead. This past weekend, not to my theater, but this past weekend, Steven Spielberg's West Side Story came out. And in between the next two episodes, this upcoming weekend, Guillermo del Toro's Nightmare Alley comes out. And my most anticipated movie of the year, Spider-Man No Way Home, comes out. December 22nd, Christmas Wednesday, I guess, if that's what we're going to call it. You got The King's Man finally coming out after 2 years of delays from Disney buying Fox, COVID. The King's Man was supposed to be out 2 years ago. So I'm so hyped. I love the Kingsman franchise. The Matrix Resurrections. That all I needed was that first trailer because that thing was phenomenal. I'm locked in and I'm ready. Sing 2 comes out, and as much as I adore the first Sing, I could not be more excited for a kids movie, an animated kids movie that I'm gonna sit more than likely by myself watching that shit, and I won't care because, like I said, I love the first one, so I'm hyped for the second one. And then Christmas Day, which is a Saturday, American Underdog. Are we gonna call it a Kurt Warner biopic? So the Zachary Levi starring Kurt Warner movie, American Underdog, comes out Christmas Day. And then A Journal for Jordan, starring Michael B. Jordan, Shantae Adams, directed by Denzel Washington, comes out Christmas Saturday. I'll watch those if they come here. Licorice Pizza is supposed to expand wide Christmas Day. Yeah, like I'm in if they come. I don't want to go see 3 movies on December 25th. There'll be no time for basketball or family. And Blu-ray and DVD. Let's hop over to Blu-ray and DVD right quick. The Tuesday right after the last episode, the 30th of November, Shang-Chi came out and The Legend of the Ten Rings. I feel like something else might have came out, but that was the big release. And then this past Tuesday, Beavis and Butthead Do America got a Blu-ray. Cop Shop, I think Dear Evan Hansen, and Cry Macho came out. This upcoming Tuesday, the 14th of December, I know Venom, Let There Be Carnage comes out. The Card Counter, which I'm going to blind buy. Speaking of non-conventional Christmas movies, the Jack Frost and Jack Frost 2 horror movies come out through MVD. I might go back and grab those. The Last Duel comes out, and there's something else. Where is it? The Mitchells versus the Machines, my favorite animated movie all year, comes out on Blu-ray. And then the 21st of December, the Tuesday before the next episode, No Time to Die, Daniel Craig's last Bond movie comes out. That's such a fast turnaround. The Sopranos prequel, The Many Saints of Newark comes out. Hotel Transylvania Transfer Mania is listed, but it comes out on Amazon Prime January 14th, so I don't understand why this is on Blu-ray.com for a physical media release. I don't think that's coming out. Yeah, man. So, before, once again, mumbling over my words, before I throw it to the panel, I brought back the poll question. On Twitter, just 2 days ago, I got a wild hair at my ass, and I put up a poll question on the Twitter page, the podcast Twitter page at Rec League Pod. West Side Story came out, man. So what is your favorite Steven Spielberg movie? The choices were Jaws, E.T., Jurassic Park, and Ready Player One. And one comment, they couldn't just vote. They had to also shit on Ready Player One, which, like, Ready Player One is incredibly fun. Like, only Steven Spielberg could have pulled that off. I put that because it was like his most recent movie. Like, that's why I put it as a choice. It didn't get any votes. Jurassic Park won this with 50%. E.T. got 37.5 and Jaws got 12.5. I'm gonna try to start doing the poll questions again more frequently, more weekly as the new releases start coming out. So hey, yeah, my iMovie threw me off. Excuse me for that pause. This is a long ass intro. No matter where you listening from, man, I want to shout out everybody, man. No matter where you are in the world, man. If you Indiana, Texas, New York, California, Kansas, Montana, Idaho, Vermont, Delaware, New Jersey, Canada, England, Spain, you know what I'm saying, China, Australia, Antarctica, man. If you're listening to Rec League Podcast, like, it's crazy to me. I've done 74 episodes. It's crazy to me that I got people that listen to every episode. So I just want y'all to know, man. Like, I hope y'all having a happy holiday, man. I appreciate y'all continue to listen and support the show. No matter what platform you listening on, man. Anchor, Good Pods, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. Throw us a rating, throw us a review, man. It helps get more eyes and ears onto the YouTube. It helps get more attention onto the show, man. It's all appreciated, man. I'll be back with the squad. I'll close it out with some bars. It's Rec League. Merry Christmas, kids. The last episode before Christmas. So, like, we kind of did this last year, but now, like, I want to expand on it. And, like, if y'all listening, I want y'all to know that Eric is from Chicago, but he wearing Laker colors. So I'm very confused. non-traditional Christmas movies. First, we need to just get the elephant in the room out of the way. But it's like every genre has like Christmas movies. This is the that's not a Christmas movie episode. Cause like you got horror Christmas movies. You got your raunchy adult humor comedies. There are comic book Christmas movies.
Noir.
Yeah, like every genre has that Christmas movie that isn't family, warm, fuzzy, holiday cheer. You know what I mean? So, Melissa, have you ever watched Die Hard?
One more time?
Have you ever watched Die Hard?
Yeah, I watched it in 2008.
Never again.
I do want to try it again. Same with Lethal Weapon. Lethal Weapon, either I didn't watch the first one or it's been like 100 years since. So I do want to try them both again.
Yeah, those are my Christmas action 1-2 punch.
Right.
Although, go back a year ago, it was stated by all of us, take Christmas out of Die Hard, there's no movie. I feel like you can take Christmas out of Lethal Weapon and there's still a movie there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it very obvious that Lethal Weapon takes place at Christmas?
Yeah, for sure. It opens with Christmas music.
Right.
Okay.
Gary Busey yells at the TV, it's Christmas! And shoots it.
But even to get that even more out the way, Shane Black, who wrote Lethal Weapon, who wrote Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, who wrote The Long Kiss Goodnight, who wrote Iron Man 3. He said he sets those movies around Christmas. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He sets them around Christmas because he said it's interesting to him for all of these dirty deeds to be done that are being done around a holiday. He said Christmas doesn't necessarily push the story. He just likes to have it as a backdrop because of the contrast between good and evil.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's what I was going to say. If Shane Black's involved, it's likely taking place during Christmas.
Yeah.
Except for the Predator.
Yeah.
Right.
Which one?
A Predator.
The Predator a couple years ago.
Was it Halloween?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because the kid put the mask on.
He went trick-or-treating and killed all those innocent people.
Yeah.
That's right.
Was The Nice Guys? This was...
Which one?
The Nice Guys. I don't remember.
The Nice Guys in like 4 years.
It's in the 70s. I know that, but I don't remember Christmas stuff. But it's been a while.
Yeah, it's a great movie, but I haven't watched it probably in like 4 years. So
it's so funny. It's so good. Yeah, me neither.
Did I watch it before The Predator?
I think it might have been Randy who told me he always sets his movies at Christmas. So I just figured.
More times than not.
Yeah. Well.
That reminds me of Fargo. Fargo's not a Christmas movie, but I keep trying to watch Fargo to get why people love it so much. The only thing I can think is that people love the juxtaposition of winter and these very folksy people and murder.
Oh yeah.
This is the only thing I can think because I'm like I don't love this movie and I feel bad. Like why does everyone love and maybe it's that same thing. Like people like that juxtaposition of very friendly folksy people.
You betcha.
Cold-blooded murder. So it's kind of like that Shane Black thing.
Yeah.
That's why I like Fargo. I think because the story, if you just take it at face value, is very dark.
Very dark. Yeah.
But Frances McDormand's ooh, wow.
Yeah.
Ooh, okie dokie.
And preggers, majorly preggers.
Mm-hmm.
That was some good North Dakota coming from Virginia. Let me see. I saw something the other day. Would y'all watch American Psycho this time of year?
Yeah, and Christmas is a backdrop. A large portion of the movie takes place during, but
oh, I forgot.
Yeah. Christmas definitely. That movie definitely could exist without it. Just it's used as just a passage of time. That's what it is. To let you know, a lot of time has passed from one point to another. That's how I see it.
There's a lot of movies that take place over a year or more, and then you get your Christmas scene thrown in there, and it's like, you could consider it Christmas, you could not. It just
Like I
Yeah.
think
Like, was it you who posted about Goodfellas, Eric? And
Yeah,
but that's a long like.
right. That's over years, and then one of
Yeah.
the parts of the movie takes place
3
during
decades
Christmas.
of life in the mob.
Like I always bring up Sex in the City. That's like a full year, and of course they're gonna have their Christmas and their New Year's scene. So there's a lot of Bridget Jones' Diary, perfect example. Starts at Christmas. I think it ends at Christmas. So it gives you like the full year. But I do consider that very Christmassy because there's so much of that stuff at the beginning and end that makes you feel like it's the holidays for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Bridget Jones is on Paramount Plus in their Christmas movie section.
Okay.
So it made me rethink.
There you go.
Should I be watching that at Christmas? Because they totally need it Christmas.
Washer's done.
We're gonna pretend that didn't happen.
Yeah, like looking like I got action. I got movies listed under action, under horror, and I'm thinking like I think I saw like the original horror Jack Frost like in the 90s, and then like over the
Did
past.
you say that's a horror movie?
Not the Michael Keaton one.
Yeah, there's 2 that came out, right?
Yeah, there's
very different.
The
yeah.
Michael Keaton one is kind of horrific.
Yeah.
That's what I was.
Well,
There's like three different Black Christmas movies. I watched Better Watch Out a couple years ago. I've never seen the Silent Night, Deadly Night movies.
yeah, good for you, man.
Good for
for
you.
Man.
There's only one good one,
Yeah.
and it's not that great. It's like fine. It's like a fun slasher.
You went through them last year, didn't you?
I did, unfortunately for me.
At least you've seen Melissa and Randy. Was that the second one? Garbage Day.
Yeah, Garbage Day, and like that's trash. That's like a notoriously like stupid movie. Like
Yeah.
like what a dumb movie. And it was like one of the better ones. Like 3 was god awful.
Yeah.
4 was gross. 4 was like about bugs. Like 4 was gross. 5 was bad, but like it was kind of funny. Like Mickey Rooney was in it, and like
That's the toy maker, or
his son was like a toy. Like it was like a whole thing, and it was like, well, this is kind of bizarre. And then the remake was just called Silent Night. That's one of the things like great, a remake. It might have been like the best one, other than like the original. Not that it was good, but it was like Jesus. At least this is like the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Like part 3 was horrible. So I don't like. It'll be years before I watch any of those again, and I'll probably even watch like just the first one, maybe the second, then call it a day.
Do y'all do y'all love Krampus?
I like Krampus.
Okay.
I liked it. Like when I saw it in the theater, I thought it was great. Like I was like, dude, that ruled. And just any time I've watched it since, I've been like, yeah, it was good. I hate that. I hate when you see a movie in the theater and it's like the best, and then you watch it again and it doesn't quite hold up. The Polar Express is the same way for me.
yeah.
Even
I
the
watch it
naughty
every year, I'm
cut.
just hoping like the magic will hit, like it did when I saw it in the theater.
I think it helps to have some distance, like a few years of distance. If you do it too soon,
Maybe.
and it's like movies get worse for me if I watch them too soon a second time. I feel like.
Maybe sometimes, like I typically don't watch them. Back then. Christmas movies are the only ones. Like I'll watch them, but it's like that feeling like you can only watch them now. So I'm like, I enjoy them. I don't know. Like I think I saw the Polar Express in theaters on Christmas Eve. It was some kind of like special thing, and like I went like with my whole family, and it was like magic. It was like one of those things you talk about. It's like wow. I was like 14 too. Like I was not like little. Like I was like an adult. Wow. And then like when I bought it the next year and was like ready to watch it, I was just like,
that's too bad.
yeah, it was good. It was good. Like I still like it.
Sometimes your mood is just perfect for a movie at a time, I guess.
It was just because it was the Christmas Eve, like in the theater.
Yeah.
Wow. But whatever. It's better than Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Is it better than the most recent Black Christmas?
Yes. Oh, for sure. They need to stop with that.
I watched.
Yeah. There's so many of those.
I've only seen the 2006 Black Christmas, and it is trash.
So it's so weird, and like I give it credit for being weird. like for being like bizarre. Like I can give it credit for that because like I remember watching it when it first came out, like with my high school girlfriend, and like we both were like, this is not what I thought this was about. Like we were like I thought this was just like a little slasher, and it was like it's this whole thing. So I give it credit for it being weird, but like it's not fun to watch. Like it's not a good movie at all. And then the new one, I don't know. I don't like being one of those guys that like complains about. Those guys are like, oh, it's too woke. It's the woke version.
Complain
like,
away.
Shut up. But like that's what it was. Like they shoehorn in this like subplot, like frat boy mentality and all this stuff, and I'm like, not to be that guy, but I'm like, how is this Black Christmas? Like this isn't the same thing. Like why call it Black Christmas? Why not call it like frat bro
Christmas?
Like, I was like, this isn't.
Frat
I came
attack.
in here with an expectation, and instead of giving me that, you gave me, I don't know, a lesson on consent and other stuff. And I'm like, I get it. Like it's cool, but it's like doesn't mean the movie's good.
Yeah, that's when title association backfires. Kind of like the Point Break remake. I mean, that movie.
I knew you were going to say
Point
that.
Break.
You didn't have to bring that up.
I knew you were going to say Point Break.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing, really. It could have been his own thing and been okay, but it's more terrible because you're associating it with a better movie.
Exactly. People look at it in
Child's
a more
play.
negative light if you
Child's
do that.
play. Excuse me.
Yeah, I throw that in there too.
Excuse me.
Why do they do that? It's so stupid.
Money.
It's the greedy executive mentality. Like, oh,
The Child's
they
Play
think we're-
remake is kind of the same thing.
yeah.
Like it's so very different, and it like works in its own way. But it's similar, and it's like it's too similar to Child's Play. They were like, all right, we just have to call it Child's Play and call the doll Chucky. I'm like, well, if you'd have changed a little bit, this would have been a really fun thing by itself. But now it's a Child's Play remake, and I'm comparing it directly to that. That's both Black Christmas remakes are it's just two L's. Because the first Black Christmas is great.
Yeah, of course.
The original Black Christmas is like an all-timer slasher.
Directed by the same director of A Christmas Story,
Christmas Story. Yeah.
which is not
That
good.
contrast. Yeah.
People use
like,
Christmas as a money grabber. That's what I hate.
Yeah.
Like the first one, great, but then when you try to ride on that name just so people will watch it December 25th, it's like, ugh. It's so obvious what people are doing.
That's Silent Night, Deadly Night 2. It was like the first one was like controversial. It was like that was its bread and butter. It's not that it was like a massive success or anything, but it was just like it was like in the news, and it was like, oh my god, it's desecrating Christmas. And all that
You
stuff.
had Cisco and Ebert on their show, just not even for the movie or what it was, just the fact that it's using Christmas that way. Yeah, people were.
But bad
It's
things
so-
happen at Christmas. I mean, come
Right.
on. Give
And
me
that
a
goes
break.
back to what Shane Black was talking about, you know.
Yeah.
This wholesome holiday and all this shady stuff can be happening at the same time. So
Yeah,
So that's
it's fake to pretend that everyone stops being a bad person on December 25th.
Yeah.
So that's why like part 2, they were like, well, we got to make a part 2, and part 2, it's like 80% of the movie is just flashbacks. Of
yeah,
the
it's
first movie.
rehash.
It's like footage of the first movie, and he's like talking to somebody. And he's like, yeah, well, when I was little, my brother and I were in a car, and then it just shows the scene from the first movie where they're in the car,
That's
and
sad.
it's like 75-80% of the movie.
That's terrible.
Yeah,
It was
and
cool,
100% of that guy's performance is eyebrows.
That's true.
Nick knows something. Y'all just gotta watch for that.
Yeah.
I got a
It's
job.
shit, but like
Peter Gallagher?
it's kind of entertaining.
What's the didn't Goldberg do a horror Christmas movie?
Santa
did.
Slay.
Called
There you
Santa's
go.
Sleigh.
Yeah.
I can
But
see the
that's
cover.
have you seen it?
No. I can
No.
see the cover art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that one is entertaining. It knows it's not taking itself serious. The opening scene of that movie will pull you right in. And I don't want to spoil it if you haven't seen it. It's like a dinner, a family full of like well-known celebrities that you wouldn't expect to be in this movie, and something happens. It's like James Caan, Fran Drescher, and a couple other ones. Nick, no, he can name the rest, but and then something happens. I'm like, oh, it's that type of movie.
Does he ever say who's next?
Does he? I think he does. Doesn't he, Nick?
I've never seen it.
You never seen it?
I'm familiar with it, but I have not seen
I'm surprised like that.
Get your voice a little higher.
What the?
I don't know.
You never seen it? Sorry.
No, but it's I think that's worth giving a watch. It's not the best movie, but it's trying to be. It's almost parody. Satire is a better description of it. But just for that first scene alone, it's worth watching.
Before the end of the month, I'm gonna watch Fat Man.
Oh,
I
keep forgetting about that movie.
Yeah,
I bought it specifically. Like, I'm gonna watch this during December 2021.
Yeah.
I didn't care about Fat Man. I don't know. Sometimes I just have to let him go. I'm like, I'll pass.
Yeah.
But it's Mel Gibson.
There's all these movies that come and they don't actually come out in theaters. There was a movie this year called Black Friday.
Yeah.
But it didn't come anywhere. I couldn't watch it anywhere, and I was like, well,
that's with Devin Sawa.
Yeah.
And
I'm like, probably fine.
And the great Michael Jai White.
That's true. Yeah. I'm like, I would have watched that had it been.
And Bruce Campbell, right? Yeah.
Some people said they liked it. I didn't watch it, but
Oh, I may have seen posters.
January on video, and then I was like, well, I'm supposed to wait a year.
Yeah, that's
maybe.
funny.
That's what Fat Man did. I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll let it go. Like the Sandman, it's like goodbye. I forgive you.
Let me see.
I forgive you.
Oh man.
Should we cover the unofficial Tim Burton Christmas trilogy?
What is it again? Nightmare.
Edward Scissorhands.
Ooh.
Batman Returns. The Nightmare Before Christmas that he did not direct.
Okay, I wanted to bring up Edward Scissorhands because there's non-traditional Christmas movies like Die Hard, blah 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 blah. But then there's movies where it's I don't remember any mention of Christmas, but people think it's a Christmas movie. I was gonna bring up Edward Scissorhands or Uncle Buck. I don't think we see any. Correct me if I'm wrong about Edward, but in Uncle Buck, there's no mention of Christmas. It's just wintry and family and holiday. And Edward Scissorhands has the beautiful snow scene at the end.
Yeah.
I remember that. But I think I asked you guys this last year. Was there any Christmas?
So with Edward Scissorhands, I'm sorry. So as I remember it, it's being told in narration from an older.
Yes.
And she's basically telling her granddaughter why it snows every Christmas, and then that bookends with the scene with Edward. Scoping the thing, making it snow. And
so that's that tiny mention at the beginning.
Yeah.
Tiny mention, but it does drive the story because it bookends itself.
Yeah.
The dad is putting decorations up on the house, and then when there's the iconic scene where he's doing the ice sculpture. Yeah. And she comes out and dances in the snow, and the music plays. It's a perfect scene in cinema history. Anyway,
for sure.
The Christmas lights are in the background. It's a very Christmassy scene, but I don't think of it as a full-on Christmas movie.
Yeah, is that a California town? Where are they?
Yeah, something like that.
So it
it's
doesn't normally
ambiguous
snow.
Tim Burton town.
Yeah, suburbia.
Suburban neighborhood.
Yeah, okay. So I didn't remember the Christmas mentions, but that's good. I want to watch for that next time.
Yeah, it's not overly, but
it's I don't think of it as a Christmas movie, but I do kind of get it. When people watch it, I'm like, well, yeah, it's got.
Christmas that's something you'd want to watch at Christmas. It just feels like.
Yeah, it's maybe the most iconic scene. You always see that scene of her dancing in the snow while he's doing dance, and that scene is very Christmassy.
Came out in December.
That's true too.
Yeah. Batman Returns.
It's more Christmassy than Edward Scissorhands.
Oh yeah,
but
the elements of Christmas plays into the plot.
Yeah,
Batman Returns.
I still don't watch it I watch it outside of
Batman
Christmas.
pushed the princess.
Batman.
But it's very Christmassy.
He pushed the princess to light the tree, and the tree had bats inside it.
Yeah, I love it. I love the Christmas element of Batman Returns.
Yeah. When is the last time any of y'all ever watched that?
A couple years ago.
It's
4 or 5 years.
Don't hate, but it's not my kind of movie. I like the first one a lot better. The second one is like so.
Oh, I love it.
The second one is so. It's Burton. That's why I like it better than the first one.
Yeah, the first one is like pretty. It's like it's like Art Deco, Kim Basinger. It's like so.
It's like Kim Basinger.
The second one is like dark and gothic and.
Yep.
Tim Burton.
AKA, it's a Tim Burton movie.
Yeah, I guess.
I love Returns. I think I rank Returns over the first one. I'd probably give them a score. When I was a little kid, like I was like just ape shit over Batman.
Oh, I remember the McDonald's toys. Remember, like I remember all that. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what ruined it.
It's so fucked. It's like gross, and like when he dies, he's got like the bile coming out of his mouth.
Yeah.
And the penguin part with the biting the nose, like that traumatized me.
It was blood, and that's why I asked you that question. Actually, when was the last time you watched it? Because rewatching it like earlier this week, that movie is. I don't remember it being that violent. Batman.
Oh yeah, it's very.
They marketed it to kids like like it was marketed so hard to my age cohort, and then when I watch it now, I'm like, whoa, like I don't even like it now, like let alone when I was a kid.
Traumatized me.
And all the Karens won, and Batman Forever sold all the toys.
Yeah.
That's what we did. That's
a dumb miscommunication between studio and corporate, because like you said, people biting people's noses and bile running, penguin and scaring the kids.
He's eating raw fish and shit. Like it's so gross.
Sexual puns,
innuendo,
and stuff like that.
That's an innuendo.
Yeah, Catwoman is very sexy. I'll give it that. I mean, come on, Michelle Pfeiffer. That was a great marriage of role and actor.
Yes, that changed like my whole life. Like I was like,
next sexual awakening.
Yeah. I love her, but I don't watch it at Christmas time. I maybe have like once.
Yeah, I did like 4 years ago.
Yeah,
and I don't care how much you like it or don't like it over the first one. Any Batman movie, Batman Returns has the most awesome introduction of Bruce Wayne.
Yeah,
in any Batman movie.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Him just sitting there, because I sit there in the dark myself, waiting for the light.
Yeah, he's just chilling, just waiting for the call. Yeah, I got February lined up. Like half of February is all Batman, building up to the next movie.
Oh yeah,
can't wait.
I got a whole Batman thing. I'm half excited for it, half like oh.
Yeah, I can't get through the one after that, Batman Forever. I think I can't get through those movies. So
and that's a great example, just the contrast of difference. And it's all bright and colorful and cartoonish. Yeah. But I like Batman Forever. But
Burton got a producer credit for that. You think he was ever on set?
No, he wasn't. That's just a name-only thing.
Okay. What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Wow, this is the street racing gang. He even like the what? Why does they have like makeup on?
Where's Marlon Wayans?
They just cut him up.
Where's Billy D?
That's still unbelievable.
I know.
What's the deal like?
Always be great.
I heard that Marlon Wayans was still getting paid off of it.
That's
getting let go.
That's just where I was getting at. He literally got a $200,000 paycheck for nothing.
Good for him. Yeah.
I can't even picture. That's something else. Like he was supposed to be in Returns as Robin.
That would have been awesome. Maybe I would have liked the movie.
Like Marlon Wayans. Like Marlon Wayans is Robin. It's like we'll never see it, so it's kind of like hard.
Yeah.
Marlon Wayans is Robin. Marlon Wayans as Robin in Batman Returns, though, like that makes no sense. And like I would have loved to have seen. Like, what the hell were they like? What were they thinking? Like, what was going on in their head? There had to have been an idea. That sucks. Like, we'll never see that.
He got paid off of that and then made more money.
He's done dark stuff. Wasn't he in Requiem for a Dream?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's done a lot. Like he was in Respect this year. Like he's done a lot of dramatic stuff. You can't just do a full-on dramatic Robin. Like, Robin's got to be a little bit, you know. So it would have had to have been, it probably would have just been like him and G.I. Joe.
That would have been terrible.
Even that, in Batman Returns, like, even that, I'm like, what?
I want a car. Chicks dig the car.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, he would have had to say that. Would have been a whole different thing. Would have been a whole different vibe. Shit.
I want a Robin signal in the sky.
Oh man, yes.
Who Nightmare Before Christmas? Danny Elfman?
No.
Henry Selick
did everything except directed. Henry Selick from Coraline. Henry Selick.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, I didn't know this person.
So basically, the only reason Burton didn't direct it is because he was making Batman Returns, and his old, I think, Selick they were college roommates, or they were at Disney early together, one or the other, or both.
Yeah, Frank and Weenie.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, everybody always thinks Burton directed it.
Yeah, people think Tim Burton directed Coraline.
Nah.
He had nothing to do with it. It was Henry Selick, but he didn't have anything to do with Coraline, and people still like, my favorite Burton movie.
Did Nick? Did you watch Nightmare Before Christmas before Halloween?
I watch it at Halloween. When I was a kid, I think I used to watch it at Christmas, but I can't even picture that now. Like, to me, it's just a full-on Halloween.
I've got it on my calendar later.
That was the smartest marketing. Now they got both. They got Halloween fans and Christmas fans.
And the stores never take it off the shelf. Like, it's always there for like 4 months.
They were smart.
Hot Topic will never go out of business.
Never.
Yeah.
I love it. Like, to me, that's like a near perfect movie.
I feel like I haven't seen that since it came out.
The only thing I don't like about Nightmare Before Christmas is that it's so short. It's like 70 minutes long.
It is pretty short.
And it could be like 8 hours as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
But
it's always those short movies that are good. It sucks.
Hey, those songs jam too.
Oh my god, they're the best. But I can't do it. I can't do it. Like, if I put it on right now, I'd be like, no, this is wrong.
Jack Skellington.
It's too. Everything about it is Halloweeny, and it's like they're trying to do Christmas. If it was all Christmas and they were trying to do Halloween, I'd probably watch it at Christmas. Maybe not. I don't know.
I'm gonna throw one out there. Shazam.
Yes.
Yes. I remember being not put off, but like surprised by how Christmassy it was when I saw it in like April.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I was like, come on, Santa's in it. Come on. But I still, like, I have to watch it outside of Christmas. Like, that's just one other one. It's like, I can't just save it for Christmas.
I'm either thinking of just watching it before Black Adam or doing a whole DCEU rewatch.
Yeah, man. But yeah, Shazam has, when you think about it, those Christmassy elements. Family, being grateful.
Yeah.
And technically, giving gifts. Because without spoiling it at the end, he shares his gift with his family. And
yeah.
I'm seeing Shazam by now, but yeah.
True.
And that's So
the whole showdown is at like the Christmas carnival or fair or whatever. Like it's very Christmassy. But again, like it's just one of those like I can't.
Yeah, it won't be
it's not too Christmassy that I can't watch it outside of Christmas. But like I'm gonna have to watch it like before Black Adam or something. Like sometime at some point, like I'm gonna be like, all right, time to watch Shazam. So I'm gonna watch Batman Returns before the Batman.
Yes,
like I'm going to. Obviously, spoiler. Instagram spoiler. But like, yeah.
We kind of touched on Iron Man 3.
That's what I'm saying. Same with like Iron Man 3. It's like it's very Christmassy, but I'm not gonna watch it at Christmas. If Iron Man 4 comes out, it's like I'm gonna watch it before Iron Man 4.
Yeah, that's gonna be the Riri Williams movie.
Now, I got a movie. Even if we're talking about unconventional Christmas movies.
Yes.
So, even though this movie is, it's at the same time traditional and unconventional, and that's crazy. It came out 10 years ago. A very Harold and Kumar Christmas.
I was on my way there. I was on my way to the adult humor raunchy Christmas comedies.
Yeah, we could set that aside, but just in case I don't want us to miss it. But
segue. I love like Nick. Like Nick posted. Nick posted like last night, the night before. Like it's one of the best 3D theatrical experiences I've ever had.
Yeah, which is crazy. Seriously, it is. Not that post conversion 3D crap.
Yeah,
Avatar-ed.
Avatar-ed.
And I think this will be one of the better trilogies. Period. No matter what genre. If you would have put it, top 10 trilogies, this will be in there. On my top 10.
Somehow we need to get this episode to Neil Patrick Harris. He gave the whole viewing public a verbal contract for a fourth movie, and I still haven't got it.
Yeah. So we'll see in the fourth.
See you guys in the fourth one.
Yeah, that's true. But unfortunately, somebody asked John Cho about that when he was doing press for that Netflix show. And basically, he's saying the way people are, it just wouldn't happen. Not with that humor.
Netflix show just got canceled.
All the more reason to do it.
He's looking for a job.
That would be great. I mean, like, try and watch the second one, Guantanamo Bay.
My wife loves Guantanamo Bay.
Crap, they didn't give a damn about anybody.
I remember very well.
It's so funny. I remember seeing that in the theater. That was also, it was like
Rob Corddry,
like whatever. And like my girlfriend at the time, like, did not think Guantanamo Bay was funny. Like, she was just like, she was like, that was a lot of stuff. Like, did you really enjoy it? And like, me and my friend were like rolling. Like, we were like, dude, they're smoking with George Bush. Like, they don't care. Like, this is so funny.
And even the humor, how close? When did that movie come out? The second one?
2008.
2007.
They sent you down to G-Bay?
2008, the year of the comedy.
So I can understand if people don't like it, because it's definitely a certain type of humor. But they went all in with it, which is what you're supposed to do with that type of comedy, and they succeeded with it. You know,
it's one of those things where I definitely laughed, but I felt kind of bad. Like, whoa, this is like I was in the theater
kind of racist. But it's like every joke is racist, but it's like also that's the joke.
Yeah,
like, it's like, you're not laughing at the
lots
racist.
Lots of shock humor. You know?
Yeah, you're laughing at the racist doing the joke. And
it's the Chappelle Show vibe.
They actually went there, kind of.
Yeah, and you're like looking around, like, what the fuck? Am I laughing?
Yeah.
Is everyone laughing? Everyone's crying. Okay.
And to his point, I mean, it's so over the top.
Yeah.
And that even with the scene when. But he's an orthodontist, for Christ's sake.
the baby did coke in the Christmas movie.
Yeah, but yeah, the third. They was just. But yeah, definitely. I don't think they'll ever do a fourth one. But the Christmas one is a perfect bow.
Yeah,
nice trilogy.
I think so. Maybe it's just because I've watched it more at this point, just because I watch it like every other Christmas almost, and it's like,
dude, they drifted apart. Kumar's living my dream, just weeding White Castle.
Yeah, so good.
And you got to give credit, and you mentioned him earlier, Neil Patrick Harris. You know, like because at the time, I don't know if they're still together. His partner and them, the whole thing was just for show. And when they kissed each other, like, oh man. And that's just hilarious that he would let him do that.
That's funny, because like not every actor would do that.
You're right. He just put himself all out.
Like once they're like, like a lot of them would be like, why would you ask this of me in this script? Whereas like Neil Patrick Harris had already done that, so it was probably like his idea. Like he was probably like, it'd be funny about pretending to be gay.
And even when they saw him, they're like, how the fuck are you still alive? Like,
yeah.
Shotgun in the second one.
Not a lot of people know that Guantanamo Bay has a post-credit scene.
Post-credit, when he gets up. People miss that.
I haven't watched that in a long time. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Yeah, he was riding the wave of How I Met Your Mother. Like, Neil Patrick Harris was like the man at the time.
Yeah, that's true.
But that's one of those, like, I only watched that at the Christmas one. Anyway, like, I'm never gonna watch it outside. Same with, well, I won't step on any of it. But like,
step away. We're in the raunchy comedy.
Like, same with like Friday After Next. Like, I remember the first time I ever watched
Bad Moms.
Christmas, and it was weird. I was like, I want to watch the Friday trilogy as much as anybody, but I want to watch the Christmas one at Christmas time. So I always watch it in like December.
Got jacked by Santa Claus.
I remember, like, I miss the days when like a movie, like a Christmas movie, would come out in theaters, and then it wouldn't come out on video for like a year.
Yeah.
I miss that, because it used to make me feel like I was normal for only watching Christmas movies at Christmas.
Like, Arthur Christmas was like the last movie that did that.
Yeah, I think so. I really do. I can't remember. I think Medea's Christmas. I
took
think
the
I
full
was
year.
working at Target. I think it waited a whole year. Like it was like that might have been like 2012 till like 13. I think I could be wrong. I didn't see Medea's Christmas, but
Lie.
I'm sorry, but
It's not good.
But like now it was like Harold and Kumar came out at Christmas and then was on video by like February or March. And I would just be like, ugh. Now they do that with everything. Like they did the night before, the Grinch, like everything comes out ASAP. Last Christmas, I hate it. I just want to say that. I miss when they used to wait a year.
Oh, man.
Office Christmas Party, it was another one. It came out in December and it was out by like March.
Yeah.
It was like, why am I going to...
Office Christmas Party's underrated.
Yeah. You say it's underrated?
Yeah, it's underrated. But
I'd say it's rated.
Melissa.
It's rated.
That's the
It's
line.
good.
It's
rated
funny.
fine.
I was really disappointed with that.
Fuck me, right?
You know,
I'll be in the minority.
Sorry, I'm a Faniston. I was like so excited and.
It's good. I like it.
Yeah. But that's the line, though. Like, Bad Santa, Office Christmas Party, even Harold and Kumar, like, those are, like, clearly Christmas movies.
Yeah.
But are they the unconventional, non-traditional?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if I should add those.
You know, I hate those money grabs like Bad Moms. Like, I know Nick's going to defend it, but I hate when they...
Bad Moms is funny.
I hate those kind of movies so much, and I just don't find them funny at all. And
Daddy's Home too?
Just a cash grab. Exactly. Perfect example.
I'm going to defend Daddy's Home too.
God, I knew it.
It's better than Daddy's Home 1. It's better.
Shit.
Yeah, it might be.
Damn.
It's better. It's better than Daddy's Home 1.
Who was...
Now that you think of it, I never really...
That whole complaining about the heater bit, that shit's great.
That shit was funny. I don't care who you are. The Christmassiness adds to it too. Like it's better with the story. I'm like, dude, yes. It's just better. I'm sorry.
Oh, Lord.
It's not great. I'm not gonna call it.
And more John Cena is never a bad
It's just
thing.
not. I guess none of those movies are really my type. I don't even like Harold and Kumar Christmas either. So what can I say?
So what don't you like about it exactly?
All I know is I rated it 1.5 and I never looked back. I don't even remember.
That didn't. Wow, that's interesting. So yeah,
I think Harold and Kumar gets solid 4 from me.
Yeah,
solid
all 3
4.
of them.
But like I said
think
earlier,
Obama
it's
Day is
just
like
I guess it's just the type of humor everybody
Exactly.
can.
It's a matter of taste. It's not. Yeah. I can't even.
I don't think it's a matter of taste. I
closest-
think that's because that's to say one it's a good and bad type of thing. I think it's more so it's what I like and what I don't like.
Taste is subjective.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, it's a sense of humor thing, like you said. The closest thing I can think of that I might like, Better Off Dead, that's a Christmas movie. I like that. But that's not really like a sequel that's just trying to get money. It's like a comedy set at Christmas and funny.
But also you can argue that something can be hard objective too. It's not across the board. It has to be subjective. Or because then we can bring that whole argument up too.
I didn't find those movies funny, so you can call it whatever you want. Objective.
Right. I am. But yeah, but I can understand how you can see that, like you said.
Before we talk too much and forget about it, what about Trading Places?
Yeah, I love that one.
I only watch that at Christmas.
Same. I watch it almost every Christmas.
Yeah, it's really not. Yeah, like that's an unconventional Christmas movie because it's really not.
I think
paper. It's really not.
And it spans the 3 holidays.
We've made it conventional, but you're right. It's actually not.
Yeah, like I don't think most people watch it, but like I do. Like to me, Christmas is weird.
So is that a Thanksgiving movie too? Because it goes across the 3 holidays.
Yeah, I was gonna say like it could be a New Year's movie.
Right, because that's where it ends. The third act ends on New Year's Day.
Yeah, they're on the train.
Yeah, that's what a party is. A New Year's party.
But like, yeah, I for some reason like, and plus I got
I guess because Dan Aykroyd in the Santa thing, it really makes it feel Christmassy, appropriate.
Yeah. Like, I don't know, like her like shitty little apartment is like got these like Christmas decorations.
Yeah.
Like, I can't watch this outside of Christmas. Plus, when I bought it on DVD, my DVD is Christmassy. And so I'm like, well, that's... it's got like a Christmassy cover. Like, Dan Aykroyd's in the suit and like they're in a snow globe or something. Like, that never happens in the movie.
They never get trapped in a snow globe in the movie.
Yeah, that's my favorite part, when they're in the snow globe. But my Planes, Trains, and Automobiles DVD has Christmas too, and it's not.
I thought that was Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Yeah, that is Thanksgiving.
It's not Christmas at all.
Okay.
But they market the video as Christmas, like whenever it's on Blu-ray or DVD or whatever.
They're just trying to cash in.
Yeah. There's even I don't have it around me, but there's even like, like the picture, like the poster for Planes, Trains, like John Candy's sitting and like Steve Martin's like bunched up like this. There's even like on the Blu-ray cover, like that picture is on the back, and like Steve Martin has a candy cane in his pocket. Like they photoshopped a candy can, and I think like John Candy might have like a Santa hat on. And I was like, you guys, this is not the movie.
That's not cool. That makes no sense.
Not the movie, but it just makes me laugh.
Like Trading Places is definitely unconventional, but I was thinking like, every year I want to watch the same movies, and Trading Places is definitely one of, like, Elf is very traditional. It's as traditional as you get. It's like Elf, Trading Places, Uncle Buck I love. I don't even think that's a Christmas movie, but I always want to watch. Those three are the ones I always want to watch, for sure. I mean, Home Alone, is that traditional? I mean, I don't think it is.
It is for me.
Just people have made it into a traditional Christmas movie.
Like, on paper, it's not. Like, like, when it first came out, it probably wasn't, like, an immediate Christmas classic, because it was number one.
Exactly. And did it come out at Christmas Day?
November.
Did it come out at Christmas?
Yeah, like, November. And I think it was number one at the bottom until, like, February.
But all Christmas, that's what they do, come out in November. They never drop them in December.
Like, people didn't care. People just kept going to see it.
Absolutely. And now, looking back, everyone wants to watch it at Christmas. And it's become a classic.
I watch it every 25th, every December 25th. Home Alone 2 on the 26th. I'll watch Home Sweet Home Alone one time and then forget it happened.
So what do you rate that one out of 5? Home Sweet Home Alone again, or whatever.
I'm watching it the 27th.
Okay.
27. I gave it a 2.5.
Wow, 2.5.
I space it out one movie a day.
Wow.
It's not the worst of like the continued like the sequels of Home Alone. It's probably like the 4th best Home Alone out of like 6. But whereas like Home Alone 3. Really, like, people watch it, like, they defend it, like, as a Christmas. It's really not a Christmas movie at all. I think Home Alone 3 takes place after Christmas. Like, I think, like, they talk about Christmas trees being on the road or something, like people are getting rid of their trees and, like, shoveling snow and stuff. Like, I think it takes place in, like, January. But people still watch it at Christmas, like, when they watch it.
Yeah. Because of the power of the first one, I guess.
I think so. I mean, I don't watch it outside of Christmas. Home Alone 3. I usually stop.
You watch Home Alone 3 every year?
No, not every. Hell no. But when I do, like, it's part of the Christmas thing. Like, I'm like, all right, I'll do 1, 2, and 3.
One of my friends told me he saw that in the theater.
Dude, I loved 3 when I was a kid. Like, when it came out, I was like, dude, this is just as good as 1 and 2. 3 makes more sense. 3 makes more sense than 1 and 2. Because the parents don't leave him alone. Like, they don't leave him home, like, the kid gets the chicken pox.
Then why would it be called Home Alone?
Well, he's at home alone, but, like, they don't forget him, like, on their fucking family vacation twice. Like, he's home, he has the chicken pox and has to stay home.
And no one's looking after him?
Well, his dad is going on a business trip. Like, his dad's on a business trip, and his mom gets pressured. She has to go to work to, like, do something for an hour. And during the hour that she's gone, terrorists come into the neighborhood, break into people's houses. And he calls the cops, and it's a whole thing. But I'm like, he has to stay home. He can't go out. So I'm like, I'll give it credit. I give 3 credit for that, because he has to be home.
You love the premise.
Yeah. He's got chicken pox. He has to be home.
The explanation of Home Alone 3 is making my headache worse.
He's got shit. He couldn't go out. They're looking for a military. It's like a military grade like chip that they're going to put in a missile, but they hide it in a toy car so they can get through the customs at the airport. But an old lady takes their bag, and then she gives her toy car to her neighbor, who's the little kid with chickenpox. So the terrorists come to the neighborhood to steal the car. It's great. I love 3. I don't love it.
It's airtight. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's fine. He just sets up all these traps to kill these like arms dealers, these like terrorists.
Raja Gosnell, how dare you?
Okay, what's the next topic?
Next topic is Home Alone 4, which is worse in every way.
Which I didn't even know existed.
No, what about the made-for-TV one?
Nobody talks about Home Alone 4 because it's supposed to be Kevin, and his parents are split up. And he goes and stays with his dad and his dad's new girl. God. 4 is pretty bad.
What about the made-for-TV Home Alone?
Well, the 4 was made for TV.
Oh, no shit? I thought like 5 was.
Yeah. Well, 5 was like straight to video or something. Like, I don't know.
Same
Malcolm
thing.
McDowell was the bad guy. That's all I remember from
Wow.
So it was like slightly better.
Let's talk about straight to video Beethoven movies.
No thanks.
Yeah.
What?
I don't know.
That would be dumb.
I want to show The Night Before some love before we miss it.
Absolutely.
It's like
Again,
the week of and the lead up. I must watch The Night Before, The Santa Claus, Home Alone 2, Die Hard. Like that's like my December must watch. Scrooge.
The Night Before is underrated to me. Like that is truly like I saw the theater, laughed my ass off, and I was like, dude, new Christmas classic, and it just never came. Like people were like, oh yeah, I love this one. Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Seth Rogen made a Christmas movie.
And I'm like, no, guys, it's the best movie you've ever seen, right? And they're just like, no, it's good.
It's another version of A Christmas Carol with weed.
It's so funny.
Okay, I haven't seen it yet.
It's so funny to me. Like maybe not to maybe I don't know. Maybe some people don't like that kind of. Some people don't like raunchy Christmas movies. Like my mother would like never watch that movie. But
no, like he had the weed of Christmas past, he had the weed of Christmas present, and the weed of Christmas future. It was great.
Dude, Michael Shannon.
Yeah.
Like we didn't talk enough about he was in that movie and he's so funny. So funny. And he's not funny.
And it's like Seth Rogen and Joseph Gordon-Levitt did 50-50, but it's like Anthony Mackie is like the guy you would never expect to inject himself into that, and it works.
He's right there. Yeah, they're perfect. All 3 of them are perfect together. When they go to his house, and his mom's got like the shrine of stuff, like they're like all his trophies. He goes, "Dude, did you die and not tell us?"
My social media game is tight.
Stupid. It's so funny.
Where they do the Kanye on the big piano. I love that shit.
It's so good.
Christmas in Harlem.
People are just like, yeah, it's a good one. Yeah, Night Before, that was funny. And I'm like, no, it's as good as Elf. Like, you just need to watch it. It's so funny.
Yeah.
I was like, Elf came out and everybody acted like it was like the new It's a Wonderful Life. Like everybody was like, oh my god, this is it for Christmas.
To me,
even me who watches Elf every year, I don't even think it's a 5-star movie.
So yeah, to me, Elf is a little overrated.
It is.
I agree.
Elf is a touch overrated. I love it.
It is. I completely agree. I can never bring myself to say that's a great movie, but something about it, I just have to watch it every year. It's something that I know that I don't think that's a great movie, but I don't know. It's like a part of me does.
Is Will Ferrell on the cusp of megastardom, and he was fully committed.
Oh yeah, that's the best part of it. Yeah, that's the selling point.
I enjoy. Like, there's so many Christmas movies that are like arguably shitty.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
But like, if somebody's committed and like not phoning it in,
yes,
I'm usually sold. And that's like Elf is like a perfect example. Like Elf could have been just
trash,
paycheck movie, whatever.
Exactly.
Oh, committed to it. And even like the Santa Claus, like at least the first one, I'm like, this could have just been like whatever. Tim Allen, he's famous right now. Like, put him in whatever. No, he commits, but like he is Santa by the time that movie ends.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, that's why this works so well.
Totally. Like Home Alone, I was kind of ignoring it for so long, and then when I saw it recently, I was like, wow, no wonder people love this movie so much. Like, I actually think that's a great movie. That I can say that's a great movie. It's just that I saw it when I was a kid, I ignored it, and then now I'm like, I see the achievement even more. Like, as an adult, I'm like Macaulay's acting. I mean, come on. I mean, he's brilliant. He's just brilliant. He's brilliant. It's just such a good movie. Like, everything, Catherine O'Hara, everything. Like, yeah, that's just a good movie, even if you pretend it's not about Christmas, which you can't, but that's just a good movie. That's not a money grab. And even though it ended up grabbing all the money, it's just so good. Yeah.
It grabbed all of the money.
Those are the best money grabs.
Like, talk about an actor committing. Like, he could have just phoned it in. Like, his father, forced him into it. But, I mean, he's a prodigy. He's just insane. Like, he's just so good. Yeah.
All right, break time. All right, so I want to say second half, but it's not really going to be half. Like, we've covered everything that has been in my notes, so, like, anything y'all want to bring up, just free reign, open conversation the rest of the way.
Okay.
No.
What about Eyes Wide Shut? That's one of my favorites.
Are you recording?
Yeah, fool.
All right. Just making sure.
A lot of movies do that, like, beautiful New York Christmas thing, and that's one of them. It's beautiful.
I haven't watched Eyes Wide Shut in a long time.
I used to watch it at Christmas, but it's been a while.
It's probably been pushing 20 years since I've seen Eyes Wide Shut.
It's only like 20 years old.
Yeah, it's probably been like 2003, 4 since I watched that movie.
I used to watch it a lot.
I should watch Eyes Wide Shut. I should do a whole cube.
It's a good movie.
I think it came out in 99.
Like when the IMDb was a thing and I was discovering movies, that was like one of my legit movies that I discovered at the time. So I always think of that as a Christmas movie.
IMDb's not a thing anymore?
Well, the forums were a big thing back then. And that's how I discovered so many movies of that time, like between
I was just on IMDb yesterday.
Come on, you guys know what I mean. Jeez.
You gotcha.
Another one I like is Obsessed, starring Idris Elba, Beyonce, and Ali Larder. I watch that a lot of Christmases. So it's because it takes place, like, there's a big Christmas work party, and that's how everything starts. So that's another one, definitely non-traditional. I don't think people associate it with Christmas. There's no winter. I forget where it takes place.
That was probably one of his first movies after Stringer Bell died.
Yeah, okay, spoiler alert, thanks. And I saw that in the theaters. Nobody was in the theater, hardly. It was like 10 of us, maybe. Loved it. No, I didn't love it at first. Gave it another chance, loved it, and now I watch it a lot. I love that one. So those are my 2 contributions to non-traditional Christmas movies.
I've heard Eyes Wide Shut referred to as a Christmas movie before. Like, one of those things, like, people be like, unpopular opinion, Eyes Wide Shut's a Christmas movie. Or, like, Prometheus is a Christmas movie.
I've seen that this year.
It's supposed to be this beautiful New York Christmas movie, and I don't even know if he filmed it in New York. He might have used, like, a London soundstage or something.
Probably. He was weird.
Yeah.
But
it definitely gives me that feeling anyway. It's a gorgeously shot movie.
Eyes Wide Shut, that's one of those. It's just like, I need to do like a Kubrick rewatch or something. So, like, I've only watched Obsessed like one time. Like, I remember I watched it like when it came out.
Yeah, and I made a lot of fun of it. And then, I don't know, somehow I became obsessed with the movie.
Somewhere, yeah. My biggest memory of that movie is I was working at Walmart when it came out, and, like, this lady was looking for it, and she called it Obsessed, and she asked for it like 5 times. Like, she was like, oh, Obsessed, Beyonce. I was like, what? And she did it like 5 times. I was like, oh, Obsessed. Like, I was like, oh, that's
that one.
I think it made pretty good money, but the critics didn't like it. And I was reading the reviews, and it was a lot of men being like, "This is not realistic." And I was like, "It's very realistic that someone would become obsessed with Idris Elba. Like, give me a break. It's incredibly realistic." You know, I've seen that kind of shit go down at offices.
The ugliest guy you've ever seen. This would never happen.
Yeah, exactly.
To you.
I like it because I think it's incredibly realistic, like too realistic. Maybe not the ending. The ending goes off the rails, but up until then, I like it. Pretty grounded.
Nick, you said you had a couple?
Like, Christmas movie that nobody refers to, huh?
Yeah.
Don't know what happened.
What happened? Oh, anyway. My favorite one is Just Friends. I feel like nobody watches it at Christmas time. It's like such a Christmas movie.
Yeah, Just Friends is great. That was my throwback ticket stub on Thursday.
Yeah, it's also like super underrated, I think, especially now that like Ryan Reynolds is like
Deadpool,
an actual for real mega movie star. Like he's an A-list celebrity.
But people always ignore that stuff from that time, which is kind of sad.
Yes, yeah.
Like, You Guys and a Girl is a good show.
He was doing nothing but flexing his range all throughout the 2000s.
Like, he was one of those, like, we talk about the guys that, like, they try to make famous. It's like, come on, Hollywood. Yeah. He was one of those guys for, like, 10 years.
Yeah.
It worked. Like, it was like, come on. He could look at this guy. He's an Adonis. He could be a superhero. And, like, they really tried. It's like, look, he's funny. And so they put him in all these comedies.
He was in Blade Trinity, X-Men Origins, Green Lantern, R.I.P.D.
And, like, they kept doing, like, come on, look at him.
Yeah.
It's not working. He's too funny.
He has friends in high places, that's for sure.
It worked. It finally, like, he was like an A-lister, but, like, Deadpool came out, and it's like, he is finally, like, he is, like, he is.
So he had that run, like, the Cruise hit, and then, like, R.I.P.D. and Turbo came out literally the same weekend. And then he faded off a little bit. He did the voices and a couple, like, little under the radar movies. Then the Deadpool
Kingsley, like, he did a lot of shit.
Oh yeah, Selfless or something like that.
Safe House and the one where he's buried or something. I don't know.
Yeah, those were earlier. But then, like, that Deadpool test footage leaked and it was on.
Yeah. After Deadpool, it's like anything he does, it's all not quite like on the same level, but it's like The Rock. Like, it's like anything he does, it's like, this is a Ryan Reynolds vehicle. It's like, okay, that'll do well. That'll be fine. But it was not ever like that. Like, Just Friends, to me,
hilarious.
Like, when he was doing comedies, like, mostly, like, strictly comedies, like, throughout the 2000s.
Waiting.
Like, I think that's his best comedy. Like, outside of Deadpool. Like, Waiting's funny. Van Wilder's a little overrated, but, like, it's funny. It's mostly notable for being, like, one of his first movies.
Yeah.
But, like, Just Friends is, like, genuinely hilarious to me. I'm like, dude, holy shit. But I didn't used to watch it at Christmas. Like, when it first came out, I would watch it whenever. But now, it's like, I can't imagine not watching that.
Yeah, if I'm watching Just Friends, it's in December.
Yeah. Because the Christmas scene-ness, again, like, it adds to the plot. Like, he's only there because it's Christmas. And he's only, like, with his neighbor girl because that's, you know, where they lived and it was Christmas time. I love Just Friends. Yeah, that's his best. I'm gonna put it on wax. That's his best comedy outside of
the change up is funny and the proposal is funny, but I know the proposal is a rom-com. I'm just throwing it out there.
I think the change up is a little underrated too.
In the 2000s, man, he was doing comedy. He was doing romantic comedies, action movies, horror. Like, he was doing it all.
They were trying so hard with Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Like, and he was good. Like, Definitely Maybe is another movie. I'm like,
I like that one a lot. Yeah.
He's good in it.
That's a good movie.
He was doing, like, serious, like, Amityville horror, like, serious drama. It was like they were really trying. They were like, look at this guy. He's got to be good at something. Like, let's do it. And meanwhile, we got Just Friends as, like, this perfect little thing. I was like, oh, he was perfect in that. But everybody kind of just skipped over it.
Yeah.
The sad thing is when so many of these actors who are talented get, one of those superhero vehicles. That's it for them. They don't do anything else.
Yeah. You don't see Chris Evans do much. You
like
really
I
don't.
like I love this romantic comedy called Something Borrowed. There's supposed to be a sequel with Kate Hudson and John Krasinski. I don't think that's ever going to happen.
Yeah, it was going to be called Something Blue, and it never happens.
I think John Krasinski's done with that now because he's like big time director. So.
Yeah. Oh well. They need to do Just Friends too.
Yeah, that would be awesome, but I don't see that.
I would also say Just Friends. I think Just Friends is my favorite Anna Faris performance in anything.
Did you watch the show? Mom?
I've seen the show, Mom.
Oh, okay.
I've seen it. I don't watch it, but like at least in movies, like I think she's terrific in The House Bunny. She's very funny in Scary Movie, like 1, 2, and 3, and 4. But I think that's it. I think she is the funniest in Just Friends. If you've watched it as many times as I have.
Eric, you got any?
Whatever.
Oh yeah. Before Doug Liman became an action director, he did a little known movie in '99 called Go.
I've never seen that.
Go's pretty good.
Yeah,
at least I don't remember it. Like I remember it existing, but I don't have any memory of the movie. So I'm gonna say I've never seen it.
I saw it.
Definitely worth revisiting. Basically, I'm so what it takes place on Christmas Eve, and they're trying to find some ecstasy.
Yeah. Is it Christmas Eve or is it just like it's Christmas Eve? Let's go.
No, it's Christmas Eve, but some of the holiday does play into why they can't get what they want. I look for. Because their dealer goes out of town because. So no, but yeah, it's definitely good. It's you see Doug Liman's trademark start to even that early come to work, but yeah,
right after Swingers,
right, and then he goes in Jason Bourne world.
Yeah,
but yeah, Go is definitely an underappreciated, underrated flick.
I remember at the time, I feel like people liked it, but maybe people don't bring it up that much. But at the time, I think there was a little club of people who liked it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it made some money, but a movie that come out '99, that's a hell of a year for movies.
Yeah, exactly.
The movie, if I have seen
things get ignored. I have Step Brothers listed as Christmas. Do you guys remember a Christmas scene?
Will they like take a Christmas photo?
At the end?
Maybe that's it.
Yeah. I just want to say it's kind of like.
But I can watch that anytime, obviously.
It's like the first, to a lesser extent, it's like the first Daddy's Home. Christmassy. There's like the one scene where he dresses up like Santa.
Ah, okay, yeah.
But there's something about it, especially having the Christmas sequel. It's like there's something about it, like in my head. I'm like, oh yeah, Daddy's Home. Like you could watch that at Christmas, or even Bad Moms. Really, like there's nothing Christmassy about the first one, but it's kind of like that would fit. Whereas I don't feel that way about Harold and Kumar. Like the first two aren't Christmas movies.
Friday.
Yeah, like I'm not watching Friday and next Friday at Christmas. Like I'm not watching.
Yeah. It's like I want to watch the vacation movies, but it's like, am I gonna watch Christmas Vacation in random May?
Absolutely not. Nope. I didn't do that when the last one came out. 2015. I just didn't do it. I was like, whatever. I'll just remember.
I might have.
I think you did.
2015, man. That was Mission Impossible, Vacation. I was busy at that time.
Yeah. I didn't do it. I was like, nah, I'm not watching. I'm not doing a vacation marathon without watching Christmas Vacation. And I'm not watching Christmas Vacation in like May. So.
But I'm not doing a vacation binge in December.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, it's fucked. It's fucked.
There's also movies like Mean Girls, Grumpy Old Men. I have Fools Rush In. That's probably the beginning of the movie.
Grumpy Old Men's good.
Other movies have like Christmas scenes.
Yeah.
Right. That's kind of like those aforementioned passage of time scenes.
Yeah. Like Mean Girls was like during the whole school year.
Grumpy Old Men is like the whole time it's winter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's a Christmas scene. Isn't there?
Like,
no?
Maybe. Thanksgiving, Christmas, it's ish. It's like the Addams Family takes place over the whole year. So we were saying a while back.
But Mean Girls is a passage of time one, that's for sure. Because there's also Halloween and
that's the whole school year.
Yeah.
So I remember the movie Sisters with Tina Fey and Amy Poehler. Like, the whole movie is like normal or whatever, and then like the very end is like super duper Christmas, and like music plays like during the credits, and they're like dancing or whatever. I'm like, fuck, I might have to watch this at Christmas and only. I said the same thing when I saw in the theater. They're on like tour because it's Christmas, and he's like, the whole thing is like, you'll be back by Christmas, and I'm like, okay, good, it'll be back by Christmas. And like the last 20 minutes, half hour of the movie is like them driving in the snow, trying to get home for Christmas, and then they eat Christmas dinner together, and the music's playing, and there's lights, and I was like, oh, this turned into like a Christmas get home. I'll be home for Christmas, but I don't watch that movie. Lots of movies have it. Toy Story is Christmas.
It cut out when you said the title. I have no idea what movie you said.
Oh, that Green Book.
That's what I thought you were talking about.
Yeah, like it's the whole movie is them. It's almost like summertime. Like they're driving through the South, and racism can be funny. And then, like,
movie.
Yeah, the end. It's like they're in the snow.
Enough.
It gets you. It gets the job done. But it's like, God damn it, fuck Green Book. It gets the job done though. You get lumpy throated. Oh, we have Christmas dinner together. Oh. Yeah. Like, oh, he's so happy to see him, and the music's playing and all this shit. And I'm like, well, this is a Christmas movie. But it's not.
The end of Toy Story definitely was during Christmas.
Yeah, super Christmas. Oh, I know another one. I just thought of it talking about Green Book. The Family Man with Nicolas Cage.
Oh yeah.
I mean, because it does a whole Christmas Carol thing, I feel like that's pretty traditional.
Yeah.
But that's the way I see it.
I wouldn't call it untraditional, unconventional.
It starts at Christmas. Like, he wakes up, like, it's Christmas time, and he wakes up Christmas morning, and it's, like, the whole thing. But then, like, the rest of the movie, like, every time I watch it, I kind of think it's kind of like Trading Places. It's like the rest of the movie isn't Christmas at all. They're, like, at the bowling alley and, like, taking his kids to school, and, like, the whole movie is, like, normal.
I guess it's more like the way the movie was done is, like, it reminds you of a Christmas Carol kind of thing.
Yeah, like,
so
I would never watch that outside of Christmas, and I love that movie. But I'm like, I'm not watching this outside of Christmas ever.
Like, while you were sleeping, that's like a Christmassy movie-ish.
Even like The Holiday.
Yeah.
It's not that Christmassy.
I'll only watch it at Christmas. Though.
I'm not
same
watching
here.
a movie called The Holiday outside of Christmas. But it's not that Christmassy. They just switch houses, and like her house looks super Christmassy, like in the snow.
At the end, it's Christmas and New Year's, I think.
Yeah. At the end, it's like New Year's Eve, and they're all hanging out together, unrealistically.
Yeah. I mean, with all the winter and like they're obviously not working, it feels it's a holiday. So it's the holiday. It's the holiday. So to me, that feels pretty traditional.
It is. But I'm saying, even like I'm thinking like movies that we don't even think like we're like obviously Christmas, and it's like, is it?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm only ever gonna watch it at Christmas. Same with Die Hard. Bringing it back.
Yeah.
Full circle.
Watching it outside of Christmas.
Die Hard 2.
I could watch Die Hard 2 outside of Christmas. I watched it 2 Christmases in a row, and I was like, sick of watching Die Hard 2.
Do Die Hard 2 and Lethal Weapon 2 take place at Christmas?
Die Hard 2 did.
Yeah, Lethal Weapon 2 doesn't.
Okay.
But with Die Hard 2, Christmas doesn't play into the plot. It's just...
not at all. It's just Christmas time.
Rennie Harlan.
Right.
But... yeah, I remember like one year I thought I was so slick, like adding it. Like I was like, why don't y'all watch Die Hard 2 at Christmas? And then like I rewatched it and I was like, oh,
that's why.
I feel like I'm just watching some bullshit right now. Like I'm not watching a Christmas movie.
No, but another movie that's kind of realistic about how most families are during Christmas is we got the cheery and all that stuff. But most movies don't like to hit the other end of the spectrum. But the movie The Ref about jacked up marriages and families.
There you go.
It's pretty good.
It's on my list, but I've never seen The Ref.
I watched it once.
It's pretty good, and it's prime Dennis Leary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's when around it came out a year, I think it was 94.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Judgment Night and Demolition Man before 93, and he was on a.
Yeah.
I finally saw Mixed Nuts, which is the same year. Like Mixed Nuts and The Ref, I always think, oh, I should try. And like, it's not good or great, but like, there are parts like Adam Sandler's in it, which I was totally surprised by. I just knew Steve Martin was starring in it, and like he was so young, and he's pretty funny. I was shocked. I was like, oh my god, Adam Sandler's in this. There was like some part, like what's her name is so funny. She's from Clue. She was she's a famous comedian. Are we frozen?
So what was the name?
Madeline Kahn. She was so funny in it.
Okay.
But it's not a great movie, but I know people watch it at Christmas, even though the funny thing is it's all California, so there's no snow or anything, and I was thinking, like, people always associate those traditional Christmas movies with snow.
I need to retry, like,
Jon Stewart's in that.
4 or 5 years ago.
Shit.
Lots of people are in it.
Yeah, like Liev Schreiber.
Yeah.
I would be willing to retry Mixed Nuts just because I love Steve Martin so much.
Yeah.
But I remember, like, I watched it like 4 or 5 years ago. I own it. But I watched it like 4 or 5 years ago, and I was like, yeah, I just remember thinking, like, oh, this is almost kind of like that movie Father's Day that we were talking about. Like, I was, watching, like, I feel like I should be laughing. Like, this should be better than what I'm seeing. But I would be willing to retry.
Mixed Nuts is really, like, all over the place.
Maybe next year. I might put that on my list next year as like it'll be like 5 or 6 years removed.
Does Gremlins 2 take place at Christmas?
No.
Technically, does it?
I don't think so. It's not a Christmassy movie in my mind.
Not at all.
I've never seen 2.
Dude, 2's great.
1 definitely is an unconventional Christmas movie.
Mm-hmm.
What one?
Yeah, for sure.
Gremlins.
Oh, yeah. I can't watch Gremlins outside of Christmas. It's too Christmassy. Like, I'm like, man, her dad died in the chimney. Like, this.
Yeah, that
my God.
Too Christmassy. I'm watching Gremlins this year. I usually watch it like every other year.
Has anyone tried The Silent Partner with Elliot Gould? So the cool thing about that movie, I've been wanting to watch it forever, so I tried it for the podcast. It's 1978, and it actually takes place in Toronto, which is really cool. So it takes place in the Eaton Centre, which is our big mall here. Mm-hmm. And, man, the pacing was just so slow. I didn't get through it. But it's definitely an non-traditional Christmas movie. Christopher Plummer plays Mall Santa. It's like a bank heist movie. It's
that
crazy.
Sounds great.
Yeah, people really like it, but man, the pacing was just killing me. Yeah. So I decided to try At First Sight, and I actually ended up loving it, even though the reviews are so bad. But I could only see one scene where there was Christmas lights, and I was like, I don't even know if these are Christmas lights, but people put it in all these Christmas lists. It takes place at winter, so in New York.
There's another one that like came out like a year ago, almost 2 years ago, probably at this point. Nobody really talks about it. It was a horror movie called The Lodge.
Oh, yeah.
Total Christmas movie. It's fucked up and horrible and sad and scary, but total Christmas movie. Like, they're hanging out, like, they're celebrating Christmas in this little house.
Is that Riley Keough, or however you say it? Yeah.
He needs to, like, we need to give her a role that, like, wins her an Oscar or something. She's really, really, really
She'll get there. She's in so much.
She just keeps doing these like smaller movies that don't get attention, and I'm like, dude, she's really good. It's super fucked up, and nobody talks about it. And then like, I think I'm gonna try to rewatch The Green Knight before Christmas this year because it's technically a Christmas movie. Nobody else watched it. I don't think any of y'all did. Any of y'all see the movie? I try to rewatch it and see if I enjoy it more, because my whole theatrical experience with it messed up.
What did you rate it?
I gave it like a 3 because like I thought it was cool, but I was like it was like boring and slow, but also like I was pissed because of like they screwed up my seat and I was sitting way back. I was like, it's taking the movie. I'm not letting the movie like absorb.
Yeah.
But the whole movie is like, it's all about Christmas. Like it wakes up on Christmas and gets challenged by this like thing, and then a year later he has to travel to go fight this knight again. And like the whole thing, he's like, we're gonna leave 5 days before Christmas, and we'll get there. And he meets up, house, and he's like, oh, it's December the you haven't missed Christmas, and it's a thing, but it's like not snowier. There's obviously no Christmas lights, obviously.
No.
But and then there's the Ice Harvest with Billy Bob Thornton.
Oh yes, and that reminds me of Reindeer Games. I always think of those two at the same. I forgot. Yeah.
They're the same thing.
Yeah. But to be honest, I liked Reindeer Games. I don't remember liking Ice Harvest, but it's been ages.
Ice Harvest is pretty good. I enjoy. It's like funny.
I like the cast.
It's kind of like that Bad Santa,
right, Randy?
Shane Black.
No, neither of those really did it for me.
I like John Cusack, Connie Nielsen. I like all those people, Connie Nielsen, but I don't remember liking it. But Reindeer Games, I was surprised Randy didn't even like it as much as me. Like, that rarely happens. Like, I was like, whoa.
I'm willing to rewatch Reindeer Games.
Fuck you, Reindeer Games.
I forget what did you say about it, Randy? You were like kind of cliched or something. I was like,
white,
what?
you Ben
I was
Affleck.
surprised the whole time I was watching it.
There was some, I can't, it's been like 3 or 4 years. I can't even remember now. I just know I gave it a 2.5.
I ended up I didn't love it, but I liked it.
Redhead Charlize Theron was the best part of that movie.
I mean, she was gorgeous. And so was Ben, actually, to be honest. Like, before he started with all the whatever, he was so cute back then. They were both so cute in that movie.
We got to talk Bad Santa before we get out of here.
Love Bad Santa. To me, Bad Santa is like a traditional Christmas.
Yeah.
Like I
mean, Santa's in the title.
But that was one of the
But I mean,
non-traditional.
it's still bank robbery and it's still raunchy, R-rated. Are you fucking with me?
Yeah, I think it falls into non-traditional, but I don't know.
It's not traditionally like Christmas, but at said I'm like, dude, I would never watch it outside. Like, it was one of the first movies I remember. Like when it came out at Christmas time, it came out on video in like February or March or whatever the next year. That was like 2003, 4.
Yeah.
I remember thinking, what's that? Like, I used to get these pamphlet things from Hollywood Video. That's how I used to find out, like, when the movies were coming out. Anyway, I remember looking at it, and I was like, March? Fuck out of here. Like, I was so mad. Like, I'm supposed to rent that? No. I can't rent it in March.
No, if I want to see something, I'll see it right away. It's so funny how the calendar means so much to you. If I want to see something, I'll watch it in March. Like, I don't care.
Oh, no. Not well, like, but now the landscape is like different. Like now you have access to things, but it's just like. So if a movie comes out at Christmas and it's meant to be watched at Christmas, like I can do it if it's there, if it's available. But when I was like 13, 14, like I couldn't take myself to the movies.
Yeah.
So almost by Christmas or Bad Santa at Christmas time, like I'm not gonna watch it in March like an asshole. I'll wait.
Does anyone watch movies that they know, like during the holidays, I always watch certain movies, and even when they're not Christmassy, like, for some reason, I always want to watch Groundhog Day. I know it takes place at Groundhog Day, but once it starts getting cold, I'm like, oh, I want to watch it. I don't know. That's how I am. The Fugitive, that's obviously St. Patrick's Day. I'm not going to watch it at St. Patrick's Day. I'm going to want to watch it on my holiday, you know?
I've gotten to the point where I like hate watching things. Not hate, that's a strong word. But it's like right now I'm like doing the Spider-Mans and like stuff like that. Like I'm about to do the Matrix movies. Like I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Like I'd rather watch Jingle All the Way or some bullshit. But if I'm at home, it's like I don't want to watch Kingsman. Like, this
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've
Yeah,
known
I
all
totally get
year. I've told you
I
guys
totally get
all
it.
year rewatching for the new releases is gonna ruin my December.
Yeah. That's why I feel like, God, I hope the Matrix moves.
That's why you guys gotta just do whatever you want. But I know, same position for me. I have to watch
Nah.
movies. Like, I haven't watched those movies since they came out.
It's
so
fun,
I kinda
like-
have to.
I don't feel like I'm rewatching all these Spider-Man movies out of obligation.
That's true. If you like them.
Yeah, like I'm looking forward to rewatching The Matrix and Kingsman, Sing.
That's the thing. It's like, I want to watch them.
Yeah.
I love to rewatch movies in preparation for a new one. Like, I love doing it, especially when it's been a minute. Like The Matrix. I've seen The Matrix 100 times, but it's been... and watch the front to back on purpose. So I'm like, it's like I want to enjoy it, but it does feel like an obligation. It's like, it's the 22nd, and I'm sitting here watching fucking Matrix when I should be like shopping or working or doing something. Christmas caroling.
So nobody does what I do, which is watch like other stuff that they just find comforting during the holidays. That's so funny to me.
I mean, yeah, when I'm
course.
mapping out the
Yeah.
Christmas movies, yeah.
Well, I watch the Christmas movies.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
I watch Groundhog Day on Groundhog Day every year.
I
watch it
know
every.
you do. You're pretty
I
locked to
have.
the calendar. Like it drives your. Do you watch Fugitive at St. Patrick's Day?
Oh, but I should.
Watch
You
Leprechaun.
should.
Yeah, I
You
should.
should.
But it's like, people like, I try not to judge too hard. Like, I don't want to be like, why aren't you watching Christmas movies? It's like, obviously, I'm kind of weird and watch way too many. But like, people just like chilling watching like Beetlejuice right now.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? Like, come on, man. Like, ugh, I don't know why it bothers me. It's like, you watch Beetlejuice all the time. You had all of Halloween to watch Beetlejuice.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
that's-
Halloween goes by so fast. It's like I treat
Yeah.
almost like 2-3 months as Christmas, which I know it doesn't make sense to Americans, but we have Thanksgiving in October, so it's like, everything after that is like Christmas to me.
Yeah.
But Halloween is just a day, technically. I mean, yeah, you could use all of October, but I don't think everyone thinks of Halloween that way. I mean,
It's better.
we have Thanksgiving in October, so it's so different here. Such a different mentality. Like, I don't think of Halloween as all of October. It's like, okay, I have one weekend to watch movies. That's what it feels like almost.
It's better.
I guess.
A little better. I don't know.
Anything you guys
I
want
like
to
it.
bring up that we haven't before we close out?
No.
Yeah,
All right.
pretty much covers it.
So, if you're watching, listening, drop a comment. Let us know what you guys watched during December that somebody told you isn't a Christmas movie. Let us know if we missed anything. Last episode of the year coming in 2 weeks. I got a massive Q&A style episode planned for five favorite movies of the year. So check back for that, man. I'll be back. I'll wrap this up. Yo, Styles, super chill, Darius Miles, ballin', what my persona put on faces, various smiles, hilarious childs, telling stories of my legend with vicarious titles, stretching for miles. Next thing you know, they pulling a hammy. That's what happened when you think you got the pull like you Randy. Get out wrinkles. That's how I be pressing on you Rudy Poos. Candy ass. You know I'ma be the next Captain America had you seen Randy's ass. Too many rapping ass lames trying to act the part. Thinking they funny like Kevin, but they lack the heart. Wanna know how hard I come? Talk to my wife, just ask her. They tryna reach a level that I done got mastered. Coming for the scalp, cause my flow's inglorious bastards. No evolution with the flow, just the same ass spitting. Rappers just trying not to fuck the game up like they Lane Kiffin. When I'm not toying with this rapping, mainly I be chilling. Killing like I'm Chucky. Does that mean that I'm the villain? And chill until the next episode.